So if you haven't seen it, man, unfortunately, here's a video of Keith Murray out in the street, middle of the street. Looked like he drunk, high, something like that. But check it out.
Yo, Keith. Yo, Keith, man. Yo, Keith.
Are you kidding me?
Yo, Keith.
That's really Keith Murray?
Yeah, that's the Keith Murray.
No, back up.
Yo, Keith.
What the f*** is he on?
Yeah. Yo. Yo, Keith. Yo, who would do it?
I really don't like videos like this because it's like, if you ain't got time to help them, then the least you could do is not hurt them. Like, the least you could do is allow them to have their messed up moment without the world seeing it, without you blasting it to the world to laugh at everything. And then it's like the kid caught me at the end of it, where the kid is in the back seat like, hey, Keith, you're now showing the kid that this is how you react to this type of situation. Like, yeah, he high as a kite right now, but every person that you see like that, a lot of people have mental issues. And I don't like that you're showing the kids that this is how you react to people who possibly, if they just high or if they have mental issues or whatever. Rather than getting out the car, helping him out the street, like we could really be having a different video right now. We could really be like, oh, rest in peace, Keith. Because, I mean, as people are driving, he in the street, like somebody could have been really blowing up the street and not paying attention and smacked him. And then we all bumping Keith Murray songs. Oh, he was this, that, and the other, you know. But I mean, at least if you ain't got time to get out the car and help him, then don't hurt him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like us exploiting our people like this. But we gotta keep it a buck. It's on the internet, so we gotta talk about it. And the first thing I gotta address after seeing the clip is, listen, my heart goes out to Keith, but real talk, as men, we can't lead like this, man. Like, recently I just did a video on Dr. Umar and his pandering during the Daily Wrap-Up Crew interview. And I didn't totally disagree with Dr. Umar. I just disagree with him holding men accountable for 1,000% of things that's going on, and him not holding women accountable for their half in what's going on with the black community. But the black community, I don't disagree with us black men being held accountable for our shortcomings. And this is one way that we are being a disservice to ourselves. We cannot fervently and effectively lead ourselves, to start with, in this type of state. If we can't leave ourselves in this state, then we can't lead our family in this state. If we can't leave our family, then how are we to lead or make any type of community? You understand what I'm saying? So as the black community is in the disarray that it is in, part of it is because we keep making an active choice. Just like I said, ladies make active choices to be city girls and twerking it up. We are, as men also, are making active choices to keep operating like this. We keep picking up the drinks. We keep picking up the weed and the pills or whatever your vice is. I'm saying we because I'm a part of this thing as well. Like, we've all been caught slipping like this at some point. If we have, you know, most of us in the world who have chosen to dibble and dabble in whatever your vice is, whether it's alcohol, weed, whatever your thing is, we've been caught slipping like this. And some of us have been more blessed than others to not be caught on camera or not be exploited or have a viral moment for it. But this is why I'm sad to see that so many of us want to do the world star thing to people rather than get out the car and help them out the street. And yes, it is very difficult to attempt to help someone that is in this state. Like, those of us that have tried know this. But one thing you don't have to do is laugh at them and make a viral moment out of it, you know? But regardless of that, the fact still remains, we got to do better if we are to be leaders and help each other as a community become stronger. You know, this is why I respect like more serious Muslims that take the word seriously. You know, and they not drinking and smoking, and you know, because Christians is a little different as far as our rules and regulations go over here, which we should not be. But it's like two things. It's like those Muslims understand that, for one, the drinking and smoking is something that's been put here to keep us distracted from coming together as a community and making any type of progress. And it's also something that is not helpful to get closer with God. You know what I'm saying? So understanding those two things gives you reason to say, no, I'm not doing that. So that we don't end up in a state like this, like what Keith Murray is going through. And it's not to put Keith down, but it's to say that, just to reiterate, as black men, we cannot effectively lead like this. Like, you cannot expect a woman to be submissive. All these things that we say we want out of women. Be submissive, to be supportive, to be feminine. All these things that we say that we want, but then you flip the coin and then this is us attempting to lead. This is why you get the pushback and you get the feminist attitude, because when we don't step into our full being of who we can be, then women give pushback on why they don't even want us to lead. And if you're catching us more often than not in this state, as Keith Murray is, then obviously you're going to get some women that are going to have the feminist, strong, independent woman attitude towards you, like, yo, you're not fit to lead. And if we're going to keep it a buck, fellas, if we find ourselves more likely like this than not, then yeah, we're not fit to lead. But that's a mirror we got to hold up in front of our face in order to say to ourselves, it's time for me to get better. It's time for me to get better for me. It's time for me to get better for my family, for my kids, for my wife, for my future wife, for my, whoever. It's time for me to do better. But ladies, we got to keep it a buck. Just because a man isn't fit to lead doesn't mean that it makes a woman the best thing on earth by default. It's still, you got to hold mirrors up to yourself as well to do better. And I know, see, that any of us that have dibbled and dabbled in alcohol or smoke or whatever, it can convince you that you're better with it than without it. Like, music artists go through this when they think the drugs and all of that elevates their music, where to other people it's just like, go watch a video of Casey and JoJo drunk on stage singing. You will see what I mean. I remember I used to freestyle back in the day. I was kind of nice too. Shut up. Don't do your boy like that. But I remember feeling like I spit the hottest verse ever on planet Earth. And then the next day, you listen to it like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. So don't let the trickery of these substances let you be convinced that you're better with it than without it, because trust me, it is a very thin line between when it's like all fun and when it's really sad. And this is what we're seeing with Keith firsthand right now. I know Keith has seen all these viral videos, but I hope he doesn't get too down on himself, but just take it as a chance to be like, yo, I gotta get better, man. I gotta better myself for me and my family. And you don't have to do it all at once. Just try to take baby steps. Like, I don't think I smoked weed in probably like 15 years. And then now I've let go of the black and mild smoke. You smoke black and mild, and so I'm smoke free as of like 3 years. But I got so many other areas that I need to improve on in my life. It's ridiculous. But that's the point of this. It's just to say to Keith Murray, keep going, brother. Keep going. To say to all the black men, black women out there, keep going. I know you may feel some type of way about the commentary that I have on certain things, but it ain't nothing but a little boost to get us to try to be better. It's a little boost to try to get all of us as humans to be better. But regardless of me, we should all want to do better for ourselves. So I'm just hoping that all of us will try to be a little bit better so that the world will be a little better. It's your boy P. Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think.